All right. Is it activate? No. it's iced tea. Activate was down here and I was thirsty up there. So my lazy butt didn't walk down here to make it. Joshua, I'm coming regardless. I need a break away from Fort Hood. Brother, who doesn't need a break from Fort Hood? Gross. We're up for reassignment here shortly and we're like, it's like Fort Hood. So, no, thank you.
Courtney, are we going to be able to let her on if we're at 100?
Woo, we had 100.
We just had one drop off.
Get it, guys. I love that. I love that you guys are hungry for this and making it happen. Super exciting. Like I said, it's up on the YouTube channel. I'll go ahead and drop the link to it just in case people don't have it and you want to share it to your team.
Are we maxed out though?
Go
Is she
ahead
going
and
to be
make
able to get
sure
on?
that you have it.
Courtney,
How you can get audio.
Courtney, can you hear us?
Can anybody else hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. It's her mic. Let me tell her in the chat.
What, me?
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, I was just sorry. I was just kind of talking to myself. I wasn't really
I still can't hear. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you hear us the whole time we were talking to you?
No, I had it on mute really quick while I opened the YouTube channel, because if I open the YouTube channel while this is on.
She's here.
Okay, perfect. All right, you can go ahead and admit her, Allison, and you take charge. All you.
Oh my goodness, I've made it. You guys, I was locked out for a minute. Somebody had to leave and make room for me. So
Yes, we are super glad that you decided to say yes to us and let us know some of your secrets about recruiting, because you are one of the best. And we are super excited to hear from you. We love your podcast and we can't wait to hear what you have to say.
oh, I love it. Well, first of all, thanks for letting me be late. I swear I was literally at a doctor. So this is the proof. Okay. You know how doctors are. It's like, you got to be on their schedule. You can't be on your own. And I was like, oh my God. So I emailed like an hour ago, but I was like, ugh. All right, cool. Well, I respect your time. So I will, you guys like the hair? Thanks, Tracy. Woo! So I will jump right in and we will rock and roll. Just mute out the laptop. So hello, everybody. What is going on? My name is Jessie Lee. You can call me #BossLee. I'm really excited to be on here. Y'all must have been you must be wearing your nutritionals or something. Your energy looks great. Okay, your energy looks great. I appreciate it because I think that energy is actually one of the biggest keys to success in our business and certainly in recruiting, which is what we're going to talk about. So, I have been talking a lot about recruiting lately, but I think that's probably because there's like this weird stigma around it. Like, does anyone feel what I'm talking about? Like, is anybody, okay, good. JoJo's with me, Sue Ellen, everyone has double names. This is so great. Like Lacey's actually a name, but it like sounds like it could be too. So like all these, Tracy, Lacey, Caitlin. Okay, it's great. So anyway, my people, there's this weird stigma around it, I think. And I think we get caught up in this idea that it is something really complicated or something really scary or something really frightening or something that is intimidating. And so I want to be the first one to let you know that I, Jessie Lee, I'm pretty sure I'm the #1 recruiter in the entire world, by the way. I've recruited either 7,000 or 8,000 people now. I know it's crazy. I started not wanting to recruit people. So if that's you and you're here, like I'm on here because I like Jessie Lee, but like I really do not want to recruit. I just want to tell you that was totally me. That was my mindset when I got started in this profession. I had no desire whatsoever to recruit because my mind was like, that's a whole other job. Like, can any of you relate to that? Because that definitely is what was stopping me. What was stopping me was I thought in my mind, okay, if I start to recruit, it's an entirely other set of not only skills, but it's a whole other job. And all of a sudden I've got to coach Rebecca and I've got to coach Emily and I've got to coach Jordan and I've got to coach Jennifer and I got to coach Eliana and I got to coach like I had this in my mind that it was so huge to do. And it wasn't until I wrapped my mind around the idea that that's definitely not the case that I started really freely recruiting. And all I'm really saying is, and now I've never been in your back office, but just wondering, do you agree that if I were to join your company today and there was like no upline, but I had access to your back office, do we all agree that I could probably figure out how to build a business in Lavelle? Like, can we all? Okay, so if you're all nodding your head so hard your head's gonna pop off, then I'm gonna go ahead and let you know that means that the necessary tools it takes to do it are actually there. And so what you need to shift your perspective from this idea of I have to be a trainer, I have to be a coach, I have to be a leader, I have to do all this stuff. No, you don't. What you need to do is you need to focus on bringing the people in the business so that they can self-select, because it's actually up to everybody what they're going to do in the business. There's always going to be high flyers, and there's always going to be people that just want to hang around for the community. And there's always going to be people that want to make $50 a month for, girls' night money. And there's always going to be people who want to make just enough money to replace their bills. Maybe that's a couple $1,000s a month. That's what this is about. It's about getting in where you fit in and letting people see that there's a different way to do things. Does that kind of take a little bit of pressure off of you already right away? You're like, oh, because I'm going to guess also that some of you probably, you could recruit, but you don't recruit because you think everybody's going to frustrate you. I'm so right, aren't I? Oh my God, I know. Look, that goes back to, if you've ever heard me train, guys, my biggest thing with network marketing, and I think the biggest key to my success, well, one of them for sure, is I so genuinely love people where they are. Like, if you're on this call and the last time you sold something was on the eve of never, but you love being part of the community, to me, you are as valuable to this organization than you are whoever is on here that just wrecks the leaderboards. And that might sound weird because I know, I hope all the leaders on here are cool with me saying that, but I really genuinely mean that, because I think that if you find a place where culturally people say, oh my gosh, I can fit in there. Oh my gosh, I belong there. Oh my gosh, it doesn't matter that I don't want to make $1 million. I don't want to make $100,000. I don't even want to make $1,000. I don't care. Rachel's just my best friend. Like, Tracy's just my best friend. I just want to get on calls and see Patty smiling, like driving her kids around. Like, that's literally all I care about, because we're so busy and COVID. Like, I just want my people. To me, the sustainability of network marketing is, yes, recruiting people, but recruiting people and saying, hey, Allison, it's okay that you don't want to be a millionaire. What do you want? Because you have a place on this team. And when you start to come from that place where that's very genuine for me, you recruit a whole lot of people. Oh my God. Why do you think you recruit a lot of people? You recruit a lot of people because all of a sudden, for the first time in people's network marketing experience, they have a safe place where they can just be Haley, where they can just be Jen, where they can just be Toby, where they can just be Charlotte, where they can just be Mary. They don't have to be anybody else. And that's not normal. Most people go, oh, Elizabeth, isn't that just wonderful? But that's not a good enough goal. We got to stretch those goals. We got to make the impossible possible. And people are like, I freaking quit. Like, I can't even show up on these calls. All they do is scream about how we're not doing enough. Not that you guys would ever do that. But if you take the pressure off of it, you start to let people self-select. It also takes the pressure off of you. Now, I'll tell you, I didn't want to recruit, like I said, but I did start recruiting because of a conversation I had with my first ever upline. Some of you probably know this story, some of you don't, so I'll just share it really quickly. Basically, I was the non-recruiter, okay? My goal was to make $300 a month. I just needed to pay rent. My rent was increasing $300 a month for the room that I was renting in a basement. This is 10 years ago. And I was selling pretty well. So I was making like $500 a month, and then I was making $1,000 a month. I was like, man, this is great. Like, this is some big money. I worked in a pathology lab, so it's not like this was not going to be a career choice. Okay. I was not going to be one of those people. Oopsies. All right. But at any rate, I was selling a lot, and my upline gave me a phone call, and she said, Jessie, you know, do you know anybody who could maybe benefit from this company the way you have? And so here's an assignment I want you guys to all do, is just pen and paper out. You don't have to do it right this second, but please do this, because it's going to shift your mind, I'm pretty sure. If you're anything like me, I'm like a big bleeding heart. I love everybody. So for me, this like really speaks to me. They made me write down all the things that my company had done for me, or gifts I had gotten from my company that were non-monetary or less than $100. Okay. So for some of you, maybe that's free product. For some of you, that maybe that's the community. For some of you, maybe you got a hat or a shirt. Maybe for some of you, you've earned a ticket to a virtual event. Maybe for some of you, it's, I don't know, a mask. I don't know, right? Maybe for some of you, it's, you've met some of your best friends. Maybe for some of you, you really like the schedule of knowing that there's a Wednesday call or a Monday call or a Thursday call or whatever, because your life is so chaotic. Maybe for those of you who have had a hard time creating friendships in your life, you've created actual friendships and you feel like you found your people. Like, I don't know. Do you have pens? Has somebody ever given you a pen or a tax write-off, like you're writing off your cell phone bill? How cool is that? Like, I don't know what it is for you, but I just started writing stuff down, little stuff. Like, this is actually, I don't know how much this cost actually, but like, this is from my company. My company, it's not like a company swag, but it's a crown, and then it says queen on the back. My CEO got it for me. He's like, and he wrote me a note. It said, "You're forever a queen." I was like, oh my God, shut your face. All right. But I love it. Okay. So it probably cost $10 and I don't even care. I just love it. Like, it speaks to my soul. All right. Like, I love stuff like this. Things like this bring me back into the community. It makes me love being part of what I'm doing. And I say that to you because when you start listing out those things, I want you to start thinking about the people in your life that that also need things. Because when I started taking myself out of it and I realized how selfish I was being, like, I had this weird scarcity around it. Part of the reason I didn't want to recruit is I was like, oh my God, everybody's going to know. If everybody knows, then everybody's going to join and nobody's going to buy from me. Like, as if there aren't 8 billion people on earth. Okay. Like, I was one of those people. Okay. Like, stupid Jessie Lee. But like, I was so dead about it. Like, stop doing that. Who is that mom on the park bench that you see and she is stressed out? Who is the couple in your neighborhood that literally never even orders food in because they don't have an extra $20? And fully well your opportunity if they would sell 1 box or something. Okay. I take so many collagen products, so I can never say which ones work, but I'm gonna say yours works because I do take it twice a day. I like collagen, man. I like having juicy skin. Okay. All right. Like, that's just me. So but then they hold it in your mouth 20 seconds. So you thought I was joking, but like, for real, the purple packet. Come on now. Y'all be taking your product now. All right. So anyway, okay. So I digress, but who do you know who needs this kind of stuff? Who do you know that's lonely? Probably a lot of people. And I just started attaching in my mind emotionally the reasons why this opportunity is important. And as soon as I did that in my mind, my conversations around recruiting totally shifted, because it was no longer about money. Because guess what? News alert, I'm not money driven. Whoopsies. It sounds crazy for somebody who makes over $500,000 a month in her company, but like, I don't care. I don't know how to spend that kind of money anyway. Like, that's freaking funny money. That's Monopoly money. What do you do with that? Like, are we going to go land on Boardwalk? Like, what are we even doing, people? I don't know. All right. But if I can start attaching to Bree, if I can start thinking of Mandy, if I can start thinking of the Abigails of the world, if I can start thinking about Emily, if I can start thinking about Alexis, I start going, oh my gosh, I know she wants to put her kid in a different school. I have the solution. I know she just lost all that weight. I know she wants to buy clothes that fit. I have a solution. I know she's stressed out. She hasn't had a date night with her partner in 4 years. I have a solution. And all of a sudden I started looking at what I was doing and what I was building as a solution. And it was like it was like, I couldn't stop talking about the business. I just couldn't shut my little pie hole. All I wanted to do was talk about it. Oh, you have babies? Great. Like we could have, we could have, I've got babies on the team too, and we can all grow, they can all grow up together. And like, I just turned into this person who was recruiting from such a heart-centered place that I couldn't help but share what I had. Does that make sense? Like, does that resonate with anyone? Okay. Now, when you do this, you want to recruit more people. What is your posture? If you've ever heard me speak about my company, which obviously I'm not doing that right now, you can't tell me nothing, okay? You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing about my product, about my comp plan, about my CEO, about my corporate office, about my shipping. You can't tell me nothing about my flavors. You can't tell me nothing. I don't want to hear it, okay? Literally, my ears don't work. Like, shut up with your hatred. Like, I don't care. Like, I'll actually fight all of you. Like, I clear not you guys, but like whoever's hating out there. Okay. Like, I am vicious. I'm also very not vicious. I've never even yelled at anyone before, but one of these days I'm going to yell at somebody and it's going to be very frightening. Okay. I'm just saving it up. I'm building up the strength to yell at somebody someday. Today's not the day, but I will fight. Okay. At least I'm ready to sass. Okay, I feel like I will make a sassy TikTok whenever it's necessary. All right, I will do it for the team. I'll take one for the team for network marketing. My posture around what we are doing in this profession is like bar none. I tell our team, I compare this, and I don't know if y'all are believers. I am. Okay, so I'm Christian and talk about it all the time. It's almost like I tell our team, if you talk to me about our company in a negative way, it's the equivalent of if you had the audacity to come to my home and try to tell me about some other religion that I am 0% interested in, okay? Like, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Keep your opinions to yourself, because I know what I know. And I treat my business the same way. You cannot knock on my door and preach the gospel of Buddha or whatever, like whatever the thing is. And if that's for you, that's for you. That's not for me. Okay. So I have a level of posture around what I believe, and it allows people to come to me because they know that I'm standing strong in what I believe in. If you do not have posture around your business, I'll give you a little assignment. Go watch like 30-second, 2-minute videos on your product or on your upline or on your company or on your CEO or on the profession or whatever. Just like 2 minutes a day. So you can start having cloaks of armor. So when somebody says, oh, I don't know, JoJo, you're like, well, I do know. Well, I do know. I'm so sorry you don't know, but I do know. What were you saying? I'm sorry. Actually, don't even bother answering that, because there's all these people that are in this row over here that are trying to join my team right now. I am so busy. I don't have any time for negativity, but you go ahead. I know what I know. You do you, baby. I'm going to do me. I'll be right over here in my lane. Like, I just don't care. I really just don't care, because I know what I know. Whether you like my profession or not, our profession or not, do y'all cash checks cash? Oh, really? Okay. I'm just making sure. Okay. Whether someone tells you it gives you energy or not, do y'all get energy from it? Oh, okay. All right. Do you feel better when you use your products, regardless of what anyone else says? Yes? Okay. Cool. Then start talking about it. Start talking about it. I can't shut up about my product because I know what I know. I can't shut up about being part of our team because I know what I know about our team. I can't shut up about the way I coach because I know what I know about how I coach. I can't shut up about anything because I'm so passionate about every single little bit and piece of what I'm doing. I'm unstoppable in my posture around this profession, my posture around my business, my posture around my products. Nobody can tell me nothing. You want to recruit more people? Don't let people tell you anything. You have to make sure you have the fortitude. You're educating yourself because the more you know, the more protective you are over what you know. And if you have a hard time doing that, I want you to think about those of you with babies. Like if somebody tried to tell you something about your baby, oh my God, did you guys see y'all's faces just now? Like that. Use that kind of energy towards your business. You guys calm down. Nobody's going to say anything about your baby. Some of you just went into like psycho mom mode. Chill out. Okay. No one even said anything, but you were ready. You were ready. Okay. What if you were ready like that when it came to your business? And then I will tell you right now, it is so important that you don't talk so much. I say this all the time to people, and people think that I am a crazy person when I say it, but it is so, so true. I just don't really talk very much in recruiting conversations. If you were to try to have a conversation with me about what I do, I literally just say, oh, awesome. What questions can I answer to get you started? I don't go into some long paragraph diatribe. I don't go on and 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 on, and I just don't. And I am not in the convincing game, and more of you should be in, you should quit being in the convincing game. Why? Because let me tell you something. How many of you have ever convinced somebody to join before? Like, if you're being totally honest, you know you did. You like really convinced them. You had to probably walk them through the back office. Like, ugh, like you had to do everything. Okay, so you have that person in your head right now? You all have that person? Okay. Now, don't be obvious about it, okay? But how many of you, if you were to type their name under participants, that person's not on here? It's funny how that works, right? It's funny how that works. Guys, we're in a volunteer sales force. Stop spending all your time trying to masterfully convince people that they need this. Again, back to posture. If you hear the way I talk about my business, it sounds like it's the solution to everything on earth, which I believe it is anyway, okay? Right? Like, I do believe it. So, like, if you don't want it, I'm not going to spend a bunch of time convincing you that you should want it. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time saying, hey, there's a call. Where were you? Oh, I totally forgot. I mean, oh my God. You're going to spend hours of your life trying to make somebody want something when there are millions of people on the internet. Millions of people on the internet who are looking for you, but you won't find them if you're so busy begging and pleading somebody to see what you see. You are going to get so annoyed with recruiting because you're going to start going, something's wrong with me. I only recruit losers. No, you don't. You do not only recruit losers. Let people figure some stuff out, though. Let people be self-sufficient. If you have a link tree and they know the link tree in the bio is where they can go to shop, to sign up, to do whatever, do you really want to do an internet business with somebody who can't figure out how to click a hyperlink? Okay, that doesn't sound like smart business, guys. Well, some people go, oh, like I don't know, I'm not very good at Insta. I don't have an Instagram. I'm like, are you gonna download one? I don't know if this is for you. Stop acting out of desperation when there are millions of people on their hands and knees praying for this opportunity. if you're going on and 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 on, it's going to drive you nuts. It's not going to annoy them because they're used to being handheld their entire lives. Think about how every time you catch yourself doing it, I want you to go, oh my God, Jessie Lee would be so mad if she saw what I'm doing right now, and stop and go talk to 5 other people. There are so many people. It's back to, I don't know if you saw, but it's back to the number one thing being Googled, how to make money from home. The number one way to make money from home is not by sitting there begging and pleading people to join your team. Think about how many people you can sell to, how many people you can bring into the business who want it, if you'll have more conversations with them. So shorten your conversations, listen more than you speak, and put yourself out there by getting in your heart and actually thinking to yourself, because I'm telling you, this is the magic, thinking to yourself, what do people I care about actually need? That is how I went from, I suck at recruiting, to, whoa, I basically recruit every single person that I want to recruit. Make sense? Cool. So I love you guys and I appreciate you so much. Thanks for letting me run over a little bit extra too, because I know I was late as well, but you are all amazing and all of you are capable of recruiting as many people as you want. And I'm telling you, it's not an extra job. You are going to change people's actual lives. And that is what feels so good when it comes to recruiting. Thank you so much for having me, Allison, and the big old Lavelle team. You're amazing. You're incredible. Don't just be inspired though. Go take inspired action. And I'll give you one more assignment, since why not? Go have a conversation with somebody that makes you nervous. That's not like an invitation to try to recruit me, okay? Like, go try to recruit somebody. I saw your faces like, well, I'm gonna message Jessie Lee. Oh, come on. Go message somebody that you've wanted to do business with, but they make you a little bit barfy. I train people. I'm like, sometimes you need to follow the puke, because you never know. You might think that person's got it all together. They've got a Mercedes in the driveway. They've got that big, beautiful house up on the hill. For all you know, there is no gas in that car and there is no electricity in that house. So never count somebody out, because one of my biggest things that I should have said at the beginning of this call is that nobody recruited me. Can you imagine if I was your frontline recruit? But everybody judged me because I wasn't popular, because I was the chubby girl from the country with 20 Facebook followers. They did not understand how hungry I was. They did not understand how willing I was. And they did not understand how coachable I was. So you see me now, 10 years later, #1 network marketing female in the entire world. Have the conversation with the person that makes you want to barf a little bit. They might just surprise you. So I love you guys. Have a beautiful